All right, number 8 in our preseason top 25, a place this team is not normally found. The Missouri Tigers with Brady Cook coming back, Eli Drinkwitz. They have some really critical, like, glue pieces that they are going to have to replace on both sides of the ball, and their defensive coordinator, Blake Baker, is off to LSU. So I love the schedule. I love the quarterback and the head coach. I like the sort of, like, vibe and energy that Eli Drinkwitz is bringing to this, basically throwing big middle fingers at Oklahoma every chance he gets. And of course, look, they have Luther Burden, who's as an All-American #1 wide receiver in America. I really like this team. I think they could be better than Ole Miss. I think they could be top 2 or 3 in the SEC. The schedule sets up. Again, the question is, they lost some critical pieces off of their special team last year. Can they replicate that this year?
I think they can. There always is a question in my mind when you see a team that was like winning 6, 7 games, they jump up to 11. Is that kind of something they can replicate the next season? So I will, obviously the big question is, can they maintain success? If you think they can, I think the argument is, like you said, they bring back Brady Cook. Eli Drinkwitz has found the right offensive coordinator with Kirby Moore. They lost Blake Baker. His track record of hiring coordinators the last couple times has been good. So they'll find someone else, and they've been active in the portal and on the recruiting trail to fill voids. The flip side of that is Cody Schrader, Javon Foster, Abrams Drain, Hopper, Darius Robinson, Rakestraw, all guys who were key pieces are gone off that team. So they are, I think, bound to take a small step back. The good news is the schedule's pretty favorable for them. They could be favored in maybe 9, 10 games right off the bat. So you're losing a lot, but the schedule's favorable, and you bring back your quarterback, Brady Cook, who got a lot better from 2022 to 2023.
I really want to pick Missouri ahead of Ole Miss, because I think the way Kiffin's going about trying to build it is a little bit more chaotic than the way Drinkwitz is trying to build it, if that makes sense. Drinkwitz is doing it a little bit more traditionally with recruiting, but then he's going out and getting a few pieces and supplementing in the portal. But you take Cody Schrader, you take Blake Baker, and you take some of those defensive pieces like Hopper off the team, and there's some veteran pieces that led to that special season last year that kept it all together. So this is a huge different stratosphere of pressure for Eli Drinkwitz. Again, came into last year with some pressure to win and delivered in a huge way after 500. Now we're at a different place. Preseason top 10, making the playoff conversation. This is a totally different beast. Brady Cook was clearly hurt the year before. We've seen what he can do now. Way more athletic than people even expected. Missouri fans were calling for Sam Horn at the beginning of the year. So, how many of those close games that went their way this year? I mean, the LSU game didn't, but I don't know. This is a fascinating team. I think they're going to be very good, and I think the schedule. This is one of those where the schedule I think helps them the most of anybody really in the SEC.
It's easy to improve. I think it's always easy. It's always harder to maintain. And I think that will be the big question about Missouri this year.